We got robbed. We got robbed one time. And this is when I noticed that robberies in our village are very different. You see in the city here in Kampala when you're getting robbed, right? If robbers get into your room and they say, all of you go down, they pull out their guns and pistols and, they are all around you and they say, everybody lie down. You lie down flat. The conversations they have at the back can give you a clue of what is being carried away. Right? Like if the thieves at the back are like, is there a CD inside? You know the DVD is going. You know the DVD. As you're down on the floor, you know how the DVD is going. Hey. If you hear, you pick also the remote, you know the decoder, the TV. A cabbage is inside, you know the fridge is going. You know. You have a clue. And those are the things they carry. But one time we were robbed. I remember when I was still young in Adiarakonya, we got thieves who broke into the house. They found me and my dad. They told us, all of you go down. We went down flat. The conversations we were having, you couldn't understand anything. I had one thief telling the other, oh, Pia, does it have 2 holes? I was flat on the ground and asked my father, what has 2 holes in this house? He looked at me and said, is the jerrycan leaking? I said, it might be. Then it has 2 holes, I think. Why would a thief carry a jerrycan? Why? Let me tell you, these guys carried whatever they were carrying. They told us, count up to 10, and you get up and leave. These guys left. I counted. I said, 1, 2, 3, 4. I reached 9, 10. When I finished 10, I was getting up. My father pushed me down and said, add more 4, just. You never know. Maybe he was still putting on his shoes. I said, okay, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then we got up. Let me tell you guys, we found everything was there, right? There was like a fridge, TV, everything. I was like, what were these thieves doing? I asked my father, I said, what happened? He said, maybe they are doing internship. They are new. They are learning on job. I didn't know, but it's the thing about thieves in northern Uganda, right? They steal things you use every day, but you neglect those things. The next morning, my father went to shower. He came out of the bathroom holding his towel. He said, Hilary, there's a problem. I said, what's the problem? He said, yeah. I said, what's the issue? He said, this is a national emergency. I said, what's wrong? He said, have you seen my underpants? I said, what do you mean? He said, it has 2 holes. It has 2 holes. It has 2 holes. I said, that is what they stole. That is what. He said, that is what they stole.